G.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Fuck. Thanks for having me on, mate.
Dude, thanks for being here. Been hanging.
Yeah, I've been hanging too, actually.
Yeah. So you just got back from Europe, huh?
Yes.
What, a few weeks ago?
Yes.
How was it?
Jet lag is shit. I was mangled for days, man.
Well, how long are you there for?
Only about 3 weeks, man.
So how many days were you mangled for?
I got there on the 2nd of July, and then I got home on the 17th. But my mind's still there, though.
Is it? So where'd you go?
So I started off in Rotterdam because I got a mate there who I did a kickboxing camp with like 12, 13 years ago, and we kept in contact. I missed his wedding last year, so I said, next time in Europe, I'll come, stay with you for about a week. So I did. So was there for, 5, 6 days, did some training, went around Rotterdam, went to go see my favourite team in Holland, which is Feyenoord.
Oh, did you?
So, yeah.
How was that?
Was it
pre-season or what?
Yeah, pre-season. So their training facility is legit. Like the grass is just, you can eat off it. And
was it Astro or real grass?
No, real grass.
Yeah,
real grass. And Yup Stum's the coach.
Yeah.
He is a fucking monster.
Is he?
He's a unit, man. He's huge. Huge.
How tall is he? Like 6'4" or something?
From where we we're about 50 metres away, and he looked like he was on 7 foot. He was massive. Massive.
Dude.
Pasty white Dutchman, just... He's still shredded. Like his legs, huge.
But not like Seedorf's legs.
No.
That guy's next level legs.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah, he's got the genetics.
He's got the genetics, man. Those African boys are shredded ass, man.
Yeah,
they can touch a weight and they just go.
So, what was the training like?
It wasn't very intense. It was just, I think it was more of recovery. They had a couple of ball drills, passing drills, and then they were just doing some pressing and that sort of stuff.
So where was this that you saw him train?
In Rotterdam.
In Rotterdam?
Holland. Yeah. So then I did a stadium tour after as well, which is good. So, but it was good, man. Good. Gives me the bug back to want to put the boots back on. But
so what do you think of Holland?
I liked it. It was good. Yeah. I don't mind it, man. It was good. Weather wasn't too hot. It was green. Everywhere was just green. So it was good fun.
So that was the first party trip was to Holland? Or
yep.
What? Yeah.
First part was to Holland. So went and my mate does CrossFit as well. So I went to a gym called CrossFit Capel.
Okay.
So some strong boys there.
In Rotterdam?
Yep. Yeah. So you got to train, man.
Yeah.
And then from there went to Athens. Waited for Jess to come, and she got delayed in Rome. She blamed the Greeks, but it definitely wasn't the Greeks' fault. It was from Rome, so it was we called it GMT, Greek baby time. So we got delayed. Cost me an extra €300 for
what?
Yeah, I went across the road from the airport to the hotel, and I said, "Look, mate, I just need a room to stay for tonight." And he goes, "Oh, we've just got our upgraded rooms. It's €550," and I was like,
"What?
Mate,
€550 for the night.
I just want a room and a bed.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaving tomorrow morning." And he goes, "Look, let me just check." And he comes back and he goes, "Oh, there's one for €398.
Yeah.
And I said, in Greek, "Asta malakias," which is like, stop the bullshit.
Yeah.
Get me a room. He went back and he goes, "The best room I've got, the cheapest room I've got is about €290. And I was like, "I'll take it." So yeah, after that we missed a day because of that crap, and then we went to Zakynthos. Legit.
So where's that exactly?
So that's one of the islands on the east coast of Greece, so closer to Italy.
Yeah.
And we went to Shipwreck Beach. So
if it's close to Italy, it must be one of the better sides, right?
Half you guys are Greek anyway, so let's not start this Greek versus Italian debate.
No. So
Italians made it better, blah blah bullshit.
No, we're all the same, right?
Yeah.
So you're on that side of the island.
That side of the boot.
Yeah.
So so we did a tour around the island. The water's amazing, man. Like as you see everything in the postcards is the way it is. Same with Santorini. We went to Santorini. So we were in Zakynthos for a few days, and then headed over to Santorini. Mate, the place is just unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. What was the food like?
Next level.
What about in Holland?
Next. No, it was it's not. Yeah, the food's not quite
the same.
The same. It's just all fattening stuff. Like you go to Germany, it's all beer, fried food, So
what else? Like, so food-wise, like obviously Italy, Greece, all those sort of places are killer. What about, so in Holland, what was the main things to do there besides obviously watching the boys train? And going to the gym and stuff.
Just chilling, man. Yeah. Just caught up with Paddy. So the guy that I'm mates with, caught up with him, man. So
are there CrossFit gyms like similar to our setup?
Yeah.
Yep. The same.
Yep, exactly the same.
Yeah.
But in Dutch. So yeah, everything's pretty much exactly the same. So, but yeah, it was a good gym, clean gym, nice people as well. So it was good.
Yeah.
A little hit out.
Yeah.
So I was bragging that I didn't get jet lag, and then
on the way there,
and then I got jet lag on the way home.
Yeah.
Or when I got back.
Yeah. It's such a bastard to get over jet lag, isn't it? Like, oh man,
it was bad.
And the longer you stay, the longer it takes to recover.
Oh, because our connecting flight from Athens was in Doha. When we landed in Doha, it was like 2 a.m. Adelaide time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try and sleep the times it's night time here in Adelaide, which that went out the window. So got on the plane from Doha to Adelaide, and it's like a 13-hour flight. Horrible, man. It was a horrible flight.
Was it?
Yeah, I kept sleeping, waking up, sleeping. I tried to stay.
I can't sleep on planes, man. Like
I can sleep now on planes. Yeah, on the way over, I was all right. We got back Wednesday 4:30 arvo in the afternoon, and then I was just like, okay, wide awake. So went to bed at about 9:30, and I had an antihistamine tablet because of allergies and stuff, and it knocked me out until Thursday night.
Really?
I didn't get out of bed till 6 o'clock Thursday night.
What?
Yeah, it was a big sleep, and then I was just, it messed me up bad, man, that sleep.
Yeah, I remember speaking to you when you got back, you're like wrecked.
Bro. Oh, it was crap, man.
Yeah.
Crap.
I mean, one time when I travelled back from Europe, I took her to Mazepin, right? I was like, I spoke to a friend of mine, Bruno. He's like, yeah, no, because he travels a lot. He goes, no, just go get to Mazepin, use that, la, la, la. I took it, knocked me out for about 5 hours, right? But the flight was like 24. so I had 5 hours of solid sleep. But man, I can't get comfortable.
We weren't bad when we went to Germany.
Yeah, together.
That was my first big flight. And
we're all amped, bro. Like, because we're going there to play soccer, and like, we're buzzing, and we're young. We're like 19, whatever we were at the time. Yeah.
What an area to go to. We'll leave that one for another time.
Different podcast. But that was a good time, man. And then you went to Greece then too after that, and to Sparta,
mate. God's country.
Yeah,
God's country.
That's the hometown, right?
Mate, it's where it's at.
Is it like 300?
Exactly the same. There's people running down the street, kicking people that don't look Spartans.
Yeah, kicking the Persians down the hole.
It's just like any sort of town from the old country.
It's like the old school towns where it's like they haven't changed for ages? Or?
Haven't changed, or it's starting to now, obviously. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's pretty hard over there at the moment. If you're in the country or anything like that, like jobs are scarce, man. It's pretty rough, pretty tough out there. So
you got a fair bit of family over there?
Got a little bit. Yeah, more older though, not too many young ones. So, but yeah, it's I didn't get to go there this time. Next year I'll go.
Yeah.
Or maybe the year after.
Yeah.
Depending on
if you have to go to Tomorrowland or something.
Yeah, well, I want to do my Bucks night at Tomorrowland next year.
So yeah.
Even if I'm going to go on mine, I don't care. I'll go. One last hurrah.
Shit, I'm going to plan ahead.
Yeah. Oh,
there you go.
Let's not even go there. Wow.
So you're back now. You're wearing a tiling shirt, but you're not doing tiling.
No, I like to rep my brother's business, and if he ever listens to this podcast, you owe me $1,000, mate. Yeah.
So you chuck it on the tab, right? You owe each other. But so you're doing that. So you come back. You've just had your holiday with the missus. That was great, beautiful. Yep. And now you're doing the Fit Industry project.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So what is that in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, it's just basically online coaching and nutrition for people. So for people, I'm trying to aim at the people in the finance and property industries, people that don't have a lot of time and that sort of stuff. Basically, when I was going to PD days for YBR, when I had I still got the branch, I'd just look around. Everyone would be just tired, no energy. There's be shit food everywhere. Like you'd go to these things and it's donuts, shitloads of coffee, and you just look at everyone and everyone's like nodding off and it's like 9 o'clock and just looking at so many unhealthy people.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I've got to do something. I love fitness. That's my passion. So I thought if I can try and match that up with the finance and the property and just try and have something there for people to go to help them get fitter, healthier, for life and work, not for competitions or anything like that, So, that's what the fit industry is about. So, I've just started to kick it off, which is good. Got a few clients already on board, so very excited.
Yeah,
very, very excited. So, just still getting used to all this Facebook technology and all this stuff. It's just
social media, all that sort of stuff.
Man, it's just crazy, man. Crazy.
And there's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes to do that one thing, man. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and you got to plan it as well. You can't just throw up random stuff. Like, you got to plan all your content and like videos and all that stuff, which I'm sort of yet to do all the videos.
Dude, yeah, I know. Well, let's take it back, right? So I've known you for like over 15 years now, for sure. We used to play soccer.
Yeah.
With, then against each other, first against and then with, right? But been part of the furniture at your place for a long time.
Yep.
But I even remember back, like we used to train hard, right? Because we had goals, obviously, be pros in soccer. 3 times a day. A lot of the time we would train like crazy shit, right?
Stuff. I remember with Andre where we did. He made me do a 10K run in the morning. I've never run 10Ks before in my life. So I did that 10K run. Then we went and played soccer tennis.
Oh my God.
Remember that?
Yeah.
For hours on end.
Yeah.
And then we'd go to Moriata and do the run and just, I wish I had that energy right now.
Yeah, I know. Just so you know, soccer tennis is pretty much tennis with a soccer ball.
Yeah.
But you're just using, everything but your hands pretty much, right? So it's really good for your control and touch and even your fitness, man, because you're buzzing around that
We
court.
should get a little tournament going.
It's actually pretty fun.
Tennis tournament.
Yeah. I don't know if our knees will take it. Or
no, I'll be fine,
You'll
mate.
be fine. Yeah. I don't know if my knees will take it at the moment.
I'll be fine.
On the hard courts. Yeah.
Competitive.
Dude, I played a futsal tournament last year, right, with George here. We did it with one of our builders, Build Tech, right? Yeah, Peter. With Peter. And, man, after the first half of the first game, my knee was cactus. We had to play like 5 or 6 games. We got all the way to the final.
Yeah. How heavy are you over your playing weight though?
No, because I go to gym every day still. Right?
Yeah, but still, if you're
when I was playing, I was probably, I'd keep around 76, 78.
I've been 76 kilos since I was 5 years old.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you know me, I was fast.
Yeah,
that was my thing, right?
Yeah. I know.
So,
you're lightning, man.
Yeah. So, but now I'm around like 82.
Yeah,
right, which is fine. But
it's just that still that weight you're carrying is still gonna impact the joints when you're running, especially on the courts as well.
But I'm faster now with it. I'm faster now that I'm bigger, man. No joke, bro.
Oh, man, you were super quick, dude.
Yeah, I know. 20 meters, 2.6.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
But I you know what it is? It's not that I'm just faster. The training, like especially when I got full into the gym, and I've been doing gym flat out for about 8 years straight, every day of the week. But when I was still playing and doing the gym, doing that work for me allowed me to run as fast as I could, but over the whole period of the game.
Yeah. So your fitness has always been, like your cardiovascular fitness has always been crazy.
Yeah.
You're the only person one of very few that I know that doesn't need to do a pre-season.
Yeah.
I need to do 2. I need to do 2 before pre-season.
I don't know if that happens now. But yeah, back in the day for sure.
But yeah, with the weights as well, that would build your, if you're being specific to soccer with your weights and that, which you were, and you were building speed, power in the right areas, and your running technique was pretty good too.
Yeah, well, I was always like athletics when I was younger growing up, so I learned good form on how to sprint properly, right? But I always had an issue because I was always a smaller guy growing up, as you probably remember, right? And then I was sort of a late bloomer when it come to getting height, and I only ended up being 5'10". So for soccer, it's not the most ideal height because, you go to Europe and they're all at least 6'2", bro, at least. So you're going up against these machines, right? And but what I was finding is that when I was still here playing was, you get bumped off the ball a lot easier being that fast, right? Because you've got the lightness and the quickness.
We're physical
right?
here.
But, you get up against a big guy and you get them bumped off, right? So when I started doing the weights, everyone's like, I had this misconception in my mind, right? That if I'm doing weights, I'm going to get bigger and slower. And I didn't want to lose my speed. So
depends on the kind of weight you're doing. That's what it is. A lot of people, a lot of the footy players in their off season, just local dudes, they just go punch out bench press.
Yeah.
And they won't do any squats or anything like that or anything specific to what they want to do. They get massive. Then they get the preseason.
Yeah.
They're slow.
But is it their fault? Because they haven't been taught really how to train properly. And most people did. I never got taught how to train properly until I met Murray, which you know Murray, right? And he used to work with Mr. Australias and stuff back in the day. So
Big Muzz.
Big Muzz, right? He's been bodybuilding his whole life, right? So once I met him, because I actually had a bad like Achilles injury, if you remember, like tendonitis, which I couldn't get rid of for about a year, right? I saw him for 4 weeks. I did cortisones, everything into this thing because it was an overworked injury because we used to train like crazy. So too much.
With tendonitis, you got to stop for a while because you just can't. I had tendonitis in both groins after 2017 season with Victory.
Dude.
I was fucked.
Yeah. And I couldn't, like the pain was unbearable and I was playing through it, right? Because I wouldn't have a break at the end of any season. I was keep going through.
That's like me as well.
Then you're playing the games and you're going through and you're like, fuck, this thing is like crippling. It's crippling. It's so excruciating, right? So obviously I never had cortisone before. I went to get the cortisones done. That worked for like a couple of weeks, but then just wore off.
It's only anti-inflammatory. It's not the be all. Everyone thinks cortisol's the be all and end all. Not cortisone. Yeah. But you need to rest. You need to recover. You know, it's not like the magic pill, the magic fitness pill. You need to give it time.
The rest is just as important as the training. Right, which is something we sort of learnt towards the end, when
sleep,
like a bit later on. Yeah,
sleep deprived.
Well, LeBron James sleeps 12 hours a day.
Yeah, but he's a millionaire.
Yeah, he can. He spends over $1 million maintaining his body every year too.
There's no excuses for people not to sleep 7 to 9 hours. A night.
Yeah,
no excuses.
Yeah.
People sit there like all these guys, like your Gary V's and stuff like that. You got to grind and grind and grind. If you're not recovering, there's no way you're going to be able to back it up the next day. These people that are living on 4 hours sleep, 5 hours sleep, eventually your body's going to be like, screw you, I'm packing up, I'm done.
Yeah.
So all these entrepreneurs out there that are like, you don't need to sleep, that is bullshit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that I hammer in people if they want to work with me is we need to look at your sleep hygiene, then we look at your food, then we look at your work style, because everyone goes, it's about lifestyle. It's like, no, well, your work style, if you can't fit your training or your eating and your sleeping around your work, which is what you do, which is what you need, then there's sort of no point in doing it. So sleep is number one. How many coffees do you have a day? If you have 10 coffees a day, well then, you might want to stop that.
Yeah, cut down. Try.
Just cut down to 8.
As you can, huh? 10 coffees a day.
10 coffees a day, huh?
But you don't eat during the day now, right?
No. You fasting?
Intermittent fasting.
Oh, good.
Intimate
good.
fasting.
Is it working all right for you?
When I was going to the gym, it was.
Yeah.
I got sick, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's winter. It was always harder winter, right?
When I do it, I definitely lose weight.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
you lose weight when it does it.
All diets work. Doesn't matter what diet you're on. You can be on a keto, you can be intermittent fasting. All it is, it's the food is in a calorie deficit. So if you're wanting to lose weight, you'll want to be eating in a deficit.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean eating, cheese and crackers and, a little bit of food like that. You need to be eating. People need to understand they need to eat to lose weight as well.
Yeah.
Again, big misconception is, all these diets don't work or they do work, and it's all about calorie deficit and the quality of food you're getting in.
And I'm guessing the quality of protein as well that your body's absorbing too, right?
Then it comes back down to, again, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not sleeping at all, doesn't matter what diet you're on, doesn't matter what training program you follow, doesn't matter what supplements you take, what magic pills you're on, it won't work.
Yeah.
It will not work. That's when your body recovers and repairs.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I try and hammer into people is sleep.
Well, we've been going to different gyms for a very long time, right? Yeah. I've seen tons of different people train, right? I mean, it grinds me sometimes. I'm not going to lie, when I'm at the gym and I see how some people are training, because they've obviously never been taught properly, right? And a lot of the time the misconception is go heavy or like sort of go home, right? And, you're seeing these people lift these heavy weights in the most poorest form.
Do you know what grinds me even more?
What's that?
When I see gyms post videos and they've got trainers there or they've got PTs or whatever, and people are still squatting or doing anything with shit form.
Oh, dude. And that's what I was going to touch on. These PTs that are trained are clearly not trained the right way because they're training people.
Don't even care. Some of it are like, there's some of it, when you become a PT, you start to genuinely care. That's why I started, because I wanted to help people. That's what I'm passionate about. I want to pass that passion on and knowledge on.
Yeah, but not everyone's like you though. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you go to some bigger gyms and you got PTs on their phones while they're I see that and I'm just like, okay, that's why I don't go to bigger gyms anymore, because I can't sit there. Because I'm not going to say which gym it was, but I saw a PT on his phone while he was PTing someone, and I went up to the bloke, his client, and I said, "Don't pay for this session. He's been on his phone for almost half an hour. He hasn't done anything, helped you, said anything to you. He's ripping you off. Like, that is bullshit." I hate seeing that stuff because it gives us a bad name.
Yeah, of course.
So that's why.
But you know what? Like, it does, but then a lot of people don't know any better.
Oh,
right.
And the ones that don't know any better are the ones that need the help.
Exactly. They're the ones that are willing to take the effort. They're already out there trying. Yeah. They've just been hooked up with the wrong PT because it's at their local gym or someone knows.
Not saying all PTs are bad, but
no. There's some good ones out there. We're not saying that at all. But it's kind of like the real estate industry, right? 80% fight over 20% of the work and 20% fight over 80% of the work, right? So there's 20% of agents who are good and 80% are shit, right? And I'm assuming
it's like any industry.
It's like any industry, right? So it's the same sort of numbers, right? But when you look, when you've been in it and you're seeing these PTs and they're training people the wrong way, that's like a pet hate of mine, right? Yeah. But after doing all the training that we've sort of done and over the years, you learn sort of, the right way to do the movements, to work in the stretch position. The warm-up set's really important. But then, I mean, for me, when I do it is, each day is obviously you're segmenting muscle groups because you don't want to do full body workouts on every single day, right? Because you just
depends on what you're doing. Depends on
if you're doing CrossFit, it's a bit of a different training method.
Depends on what the person wants. That's what it is. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then that's good. If it's working for you, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, when I was an athlete and trying to peak my performance, it was like, the only muscle group I do twice a week is abs, right?
Strong core.
Yeah. And Fridays for me, because it's always the end of the week, was always the stabilizing muscle groups, right? Which a lot of people forget, like your rotator cuffs, your rear delts, forearms, QLs, that sort of thing there too. Because what people don't realize about that is that's injury prevention that you're doing, right? Because you can go lift, you squat 200 kilos and that's fantastic, right? But if you're not doing anything to prevent injuries from coming along, no matter how good you do your footwork, eventually it will catch up to you.
Stretching, mobility.
Right?
And when you get older, which I'm feeling now, it's fucked. And you've got to really maybe peg back the intensity and work on quality of workouts now. So now I probably don't go as hard as often. I'll pick, and this is how I program people as well, because it's all about longevity now. I want to be able to train till I can't train no more. If I smash myself every day and not recover, then there's no point in doing it. So, I might pick a couple of days of the week where I'll go balls to the wall. And then the other, 4 or 5 days, I've got recovery days, a rest day, and then just other strength days. Yeah.
So, and if you're training people in between, like, you're training quite a bit of the day, really. I mean, you're training them, but you're obviously getting involved a little bit as well. So it's not like you do your own workout, but then you're still working out with people like at a half pace sort of after that too.
So I don't do face-to-face training anymore.
Yeah.
Everything's all online.
Yep.
So the only time I'll ever do a face-to-face training session is if people really, really need it. Like if they really want to do it, then they've got to commit to a certain period of time. Like, because I've had people, I'll do it. And they get a couple of weeks into it and it's just like, I can't afford it, or I can't do this. It's like, hang on a sec, you can, you're just making the wrong choices. So I just won't do that face-to-face anymore. So that's why I've moved it all online, because I can help more people. So if I do a 1 hour PT, in that 1 hour, I can help 4 or 5 other people.
Sure.
With their programming and all that sort of stuff. And the way I've got it set up, I've got an app that I use that I deliver my programs, and it's got little videos on there that shows proper, correct technique, not from me, but from other people. But then if people want me to view their technique, I just get them to video it.
Yeah.
2 or 3 videos, they send it to me, I get to analyse it, and I can sit there and go, okay, well, you need to do this, this, and this on your next time you do it.
Is that right?
Yeah. So I find that works a lot better than doing face-to-face stuff, because I get to reach more people.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just don't want to do the face-to-face stuff. Like, especially in the finance and property game now, people just don't want to think. They just want to go into the gym. There's my workout. I've got to do this, this, and this.
It's kind of like F45 setup, right? Like how they've got like a video playing and people just sort of. I mean, it's not like that, but like
Oh my God.
people rock up there.
You cannot.
I knew they would push your buttons a little bit, saying.
I'm not F45, man.
No, but I'm saying like
This bloke.
their concept is like they go on.
Great concept.
Like people watch a
is.
screen and
Yeah.
they do the same exercise pretty much, right? And they go like a
Yeah,
circuit.
yeah.
I haven't been to F45,
Yeah.
but from my understanding, that's what it is, right?
F45's good, right? They've sort of come into the market where people don't want to do CrossFit or they don't want to do the bodybuilding. So they've just come in and they've just gone, boom, let's go. Full on cardio and a bit of strength. It's good. You know what? If it gets people fit, awesome.
Yeah, but see, it's not a tailored approach. It's like people are just going there watching
Yeah,
it and they're just doing what they have to do. Like it's not.
So
like,
on the app that I've got, it's just the program gets delivered, and then if they haven't done the movement before, let's say someone's never done a dumbbell press or something like that, I'll tag a little video in there and it will show them. So the night before, I'll release the workouts for them for the whole week, and I'll get them just to review the workouts before they do them.
Okay.
So they can sit there and they can click on it and go, okay, dumbbell press. They can have a look. Okay, cool, that's what it is, sort of thing. So I think that's helped, my clients so
Dude,
far.
I mean, like I've seen the changes that it's made, like, and it's awesome how it works, and especially with people who are professionals, like some of the brokers and stuff. I know that you're training, like, and they're serious about it, right? Because they want to get back into shape. They've been in shape for a lot of their life, and then obviously business sort of took over,
kids,
and family,
all
winters, hot meals, and binge eating desserts, whatever it may be, right? And you lose a bit of shape, right? And it's those people there, especially in these sort of industries, man, because training
Time poor.
but it's just so important for your productivity throughout the day to actually train well,
And
right?
people don't understand that.
Nah.
But you don't have to, and the thing is as well, is again, another misconception is you need to train like a monster. It's like, no, you don't. Like you don't need to train like a monster. And that's another bonus is when I program people, I don't program to destroy them. I program them for longevity. So just say for argument's sake, you've got a bicycle, you want to get back on the bike. So I'll program a couple of bike sessions, a couple of strength sessions. Eat just nice and easy, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Not even every morning or every night, whatever it is, that they can do, that they can accomplish. So then they don't feel disheartened coming back the next day going, oh shit, I didn't finish it. That was too hard. I mean, there are sessions where I do test people and I do push people, but you want people to come back and keep doing it. You don't want it to make it too hard where they just like, you know what, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah.
So
how long they need for a workout, typically?
It could, depending on their time. So again, it's a full customized program.
That's so good, man.
It gives. So you just say on a Monday you've only got half an hour. I'm like, okay, cool, half an hour. Is that all you got? I can program something for half an hour, easy.
Perfect.
In and out the gym, or you can do it at home, or you can do it
At
in
a
a park,
or whatever
anywhere.
it is.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to have equipment.
Okay.
So I've got one guy now, Johnny Pisanelli, who's he's a busy kid.
Busy kid. Well, he does Abbott's and Kinney, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a couple bakeries. Has he got a bakery?
Yeah,
And
they're
he's got a cafe.
like they're a bit of a mix. They've got the baked goods, but they do a little bit of food and stuff too.
have
But
to-
he's amazing. That
You
kid,
have
man.
to go there and you have to try the pastries.
And he was a. Like,
He was training with us.
I've known
wasn't he?
Johnny since primary school, right?
Yeah, right.
Like he, I remember when he was about 13, 14, 15, that kid, 4:30 in the morning, up every morning, training for soccer before school.
All that effort that he was going through with the soccer, he's transferred that all over into work, and he is a beast, man.
He's opened up a franchise and everything.
He's
from
a beast,
But
man.
his pastries are so nice, man. Like, it's just so good. It's not the best
try
thing
not to
because I
go
try not
there,
to eat them, right? But
you
it's-
need to.
Oh, my God.
If
right?
you ever go near it, you got to buy something.
It's
from
in
there, man.
Puri Street.
There's
Isn't it?
Puri Street, and then he's got the one in Queen Street as well.
All right. So if anyone wants some,
Queen Street in Croydon. So.
I'm sure a lot of you listeners probably know about it already, but if you don't, go suss him out because Johnny's the bee's knees, mate.
He's the shit.
Yeah.
So-
Right. So he's on the program now too.
Yeah. So he's he's got about 45 to an hour a day where he wants to train. So he's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. They're the days that he wants to train.
Yeah.
So I just program some bodyweight stuff and some running for him. And he's loving it. Pulling up a bit sore, but he's loving it.
All right.
So
say like I'm a professional. I'm interested in like getting back into shape. It's been a tough winter, or I know it does benefit me and my business to train.
Yep.
Right. So what would be the first step with you?
So I send out a questionnaire just to obviously like to find out a little bit about yourself, get on the phone and just have a chat, man. That's the best thing. It's just to have a chat to see where you're at, see where you want to go. And then I'll work out again. I'll start with the sleep hygiene. How are you sleeping? What's your diet like? I'll fix nutrition for you. So
when you say fixed nutrition, so what am I doing? I'm doing like a meal
I
meal
try and keep
review
it-
like from the past week or two.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something
So I just get you guys just to basically write out what you eat normally.
Yep.
Even if it's whatever, if it's crap, whatever, I need to see it. So then I can sit there and go, okay, if you struggle with your nutrition,
Yeah.
then over a 12-week period, we just add in different foods. If we go in there, if I tell you to change everything, go,
Yeah.
here you go, you need to change all this. 2 weeks later, you're going to be like, this guy's a joke. So we try and change things incrementally. So
Okay. So you stage it out.
Yeah, we stage it out. So
the person.
yeah, and everyone's different, you know. So Carmen does intermittent fasting. So if someone does intermittent fasting, we'll sit there and go, okay, well, what's your fasting window? Okay, this is what we got.
What's your fasting window, Carm?
2 to 8.
2 to 8.
Yeah, if that's so, just so we can use Carmen.
Yeah.
2 to 8. If he trains in the morning, then we can program hydration around his workout. So what a lot of people do when they do intermittent fasting, they go hard in the morning, but they don't have any they don't hydrate very well after.
Sure.
So a little bit of salt in your water will help. He's like,
Yeah, and lemon.
lemon, that might break your fast.
It will, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Shit.
So
I didn't think of that.
just
Water and black coffee.
yeah,
Black
Oh, yeah.
coffee.
definitely
Yeah.
add a little bit of salt in your water before and after your workouts.
Is that all you have outside your black coffee and water is all you have outside those hours?
Yeah.
Yep. So you can have
No calories.
no calories.
Oh, flat out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No calories at all.
So so with that sort of fasting, why is it set up like that?
So the fasting is, number one, it's cost effective.
Yeah, well,
And number two, again, it's limiting the calories. And then, yeah, there's a lot of crap around it saying it boosts your GH and that sort of stuff. But basically, when you keep it into a blocked window like that, so the 2 to 8, gives your digestive system a time to relax. So, and you can have smaller meals in that window as well. So as being ethnics and wogs,
Yeah.
we eat like animals, man.
yeah.
So, Carmen.
He does it. You know what? Yesterday's lunch, like this bloke, all right? I literally just started. He reminds me of you.
Yeah.
You guys eat the same, man.
It's
honestly,
great.
right? Guess how many meals we had together? I'm not even halfway through. You blokes are like burping up because you've already finished. And
That's another reason why we put on weight so quick is because we don't. It's called mindful eating. You chew your food. I scoff my food, and no shit. 20 minutes later, I'm like, shit, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
looks like I swallowed a soccer ball. And and again, it comes down to portion sizes as well. So if my portion sizes will be 2 plates of food instead of 1. But if I actually took the time to chew the food
Yeah.
and eat the food properly,
Yeah.
it'd take me 20 minutes to eat instead of 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You'd be full. When you start chewing, it sends a message to your gut to start, let's the digestive process sort of start, instead of chomp down, chomp down, and then you're like, all right. Because everyone's so busy, and that's another thing as well with the food. You've got to chew your food, chew it down so your body can actually break it down properly and digest it.
So essentially, and it's also stopping you from eating sort of close to going to bed too, right?
Yeah.
Because if you like scoff down food just before you go to sleep,
Yeah.
I've heard that that obviously it does affect your
It does,
body.
yeah. It depends. If I have heaps of carbs before bed, or I have a big plate of pasta or something like that, I'll wake up 3 hours later, and then I'll wake up another 2 or 3 times and go to the toilet 3 or 4 times.
Oh, really?
So yeah, you want to try and avoid eating a couple of hours before bed.
It's better for your body that way.
Yeah, it's better as well, unless you're competing. Or if you're doing something like that where you need to, and if you're training quite a bit when you need the casein protein or any sort of proteins before bed, then you can do it. But if not, there's no need to do it.
Yeah.
There's no need.
Yeah. So if I come to you and I've already got, say I'm Carmen and I'm already doing intermediate fasting,
Yep.
right? You'll take that into account and sort of
Yeah.
customize it all around.
Yeah, definitely.
that as well.
Yeah, definitely. So if we'll use Carmen as our case study.
Yeah, guinea pig.
So if he trains in the morning, do you train in the morning or afternoons? In the mornings. So do you lift weights?
Or I'm going to start to.
You're going to start.
But you also do like jiu-jitsu training and stuff too, right?
I haven't for a while, but.
Not in the winter, yeah.
Yeah. Ideally, you want to try and get some food and carbs in and around your workouts. So you might want to try and shift your intermittent fasting so then your body recovers a lot better. So you might do, say, what time do you get up?
About 5.
So let's say 5 a.m., get some carbs in just after 5, train, carbs and food again, and then your window might change. Instead of 2 to 8, it might be 5 to 12, for example. And then you have to have dinner. So, but yeah, see, if that's the case, if you're recovering all right after your training sessions, that's fine. But I like to see.
Yeah, if you're struggling, then there's.
If you're struggling, then you just
things.
move your training in and around your food. That'd be ideal. It'll help with recovery, and then you'd be able to build muscle and lose fat a bit quicker. So, but we'll use Calvin as an example.
Yeah.
So if he wants to train at night, then what I can do is in that 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. window, I can sit there and go, okay, so we can break his fast at 2, have some smaller meals that'll give him some energy for his session. As soon as he finishes his session, we can have a meal straight after, something that's got a little bit more carbohydrates, so your fruits and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then he can have his big meal at about 7:30.
Yeah.
Then that's it, no food after that.
So what I would eat after a workout, is that different for every person as well, as opposed to what they want to achieve, or is it sort of like these food groups or this sort of food is always really good for you to have after a training session?
I used to be big on the subs, like your proteins, your creatines, your carbs and all that sort of stuff. But if you can't get it from food, then you shouldn't really be going down the sup route. If you're wanting to get carbs, fruit's the best way to go.
Yeah.
Straight after, you can have some berries or strawberries and stuff like that. We're not competing. We're not supreme athletes, so we don't need, all that crap, all the creatines, all the beta-alanines, all that sort of stuff, and it's better on the hip pocket too. You might need to get a good protein, So a good protein is good for a snack and stuff like that. What you do spend your money on is vitamin D, magnesium, and just some stuff like that, those sort of micronutrients as well. And your vitamins and minerals and stuff like that.
That's what I spend my money on. So every morning I have my multivitamin and antioxidants, my vitamin C, flaxseed oil.
Yep.
And like obviously the protein from working out as well, right?
Yep.
And also glucosamine for
the
my
joints?
joints. Yeah.
What
Right,
about
'cause I've got
do you have vitamin D?
vitamin D. I don't have that, no.
Yeah, you got to have it.
No.
Everyone's got to have vitamin D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've got to add to it.
Yep.
Right? I've got other things that I'll take like when I need to, like zinc and I mean, some people if they get down in the dumps, St. John wort, that sort of thing is good for your mindset and that sort of thing as well. But I don't really take that too much. But that's always there if I need it. And there's always like little other little things that I take at certain times if I feel like I need
You can get most of that
right?
stuff from food anyway.
But every day, those are ones that I sort of always take because I think the flaxseed oil. The good thing about the flaxseed oil is there's omega-3, 6, and it's also got the 9 as well, right? So your focus throughout the day, your mental capabilities, like
Your body needs fats.
Dude,
and your body needs carbs and your body needs proteins as well.
if I don't take it, I feel like my mindset throughout the day isn't as tough as it is when I do take it. I'm just a lot clearer.
Yep.
I'm a lot more focused.
Yep.
My ideas are better. I'm more responsive to things. Like everything's a bit more balanced, right? And then obviously with the vitamins and that prevents you from getting sick and it just lifts you throughout the day because it gives you you're giving the body stuff you need.
Out of all the vitamins, vitamin D is the one you need to supplement with. It's basically a hormone, but it helps with testosterone, helps your bones. It's just a lot of people are vitamin D deficient. So if you're not a trader, you're not out in the sun, then you're not going to get your vitamin D. Yeah. So it's just a building block of all other vitamins. It helps you transport other stuff around the body as well. So you probably won't feel it.
Well, for professionals, that'd be a big thing because we're in and out the office all day in appointments, that sort of thing. You're not really out in the sun for hours at a time. No. You know what I mean? Unless you're doing a lunch outside. But that really often does happen, and you're half covered half the time.
Well, that's it. Right? So that's an important one. That's one that I always program for everyone as well. That's one thing that's
more specific to these industries for sure.
Definitely,
right? Especially
definitely. And then the vitamin C you can get from I say oranges is the best, but you've got capsicums and stuff like that. If you've got a good variety of vegetables, you can get a lot of your vitamins and minerals from them as well. Same with meat. Meat's it's nutrient dense. You have a bit of steak or any sort of red meat, it's got creatine in it.
Yeah. So if I'm a vegan, for instance, right? So I'm not touching meat or meat products or whatever it may be. I've always found like speaking to Murray, who does massage therapy a lot, and he knows a lot about this shit. He's saying a lot of the time when people are vegetarian or vegan and stuff, when he's putting the moisturizer and that sort of thing on their body to give them the massage, it gets absorbed a lot quicker, right? Because they're not supplementing the meat with sort of either vitamins or some sort of replacement for what you actually get out of the meat. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being a vegan. You just got to make sure that you need to get your iron, all that sort of stuff in there as well, your vitamin C. Yeah, meat's good for building muscle. Like, the vegans will go out there and say, oh, yeah, like, you can build muscle with vegans. And they sit there and say, oh, look at horses and gorillas and that. They're horses and gorillas.
Yeah, they don't have the same
they're not the
body
same
as us, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got rhinos and stuff like that. They're all, but that's a rhino. It's not it's not a human.
Yeah.
But you can still build okay muscle off it, There's a lot of bodybuilders that were carnivores and meat eaters and now vegans, and they're heaps leaner than what they were. But they were already there. They were already a bodybuilder. They already had the mass from all the years of training.
Yeah.
They're not...
So they trimmed it down, really.
Yeah. So, I mean, then that's same with some of the vegan athletes. They were athletes before they became vegan, and now they're vegan athletes.
Yeah.
So, you need to be a lot more mindful about what food you put in and how much food you get. If you're a vegan athlete, you need to eat a shitload of food.
That's what I'm saying. You have to supplement the stuff your body's not taking in, right?
And it's expensive.
And it needs,
Yeah. Well, there's studies coming out now. There's a carnivore diet where there's, I forget the doctor's name, and he just eats meat all the time, and he is massive. Massive. Like, he's a big dude. Like, he's
just only meat, you're saying? Like,
and he'll have a little bit of veggies here and there. Very, very, very little.
Yeah.
But if you get the right meats and you cook it properly, you can get pretty much all your vitamins A to Z from that bit of meat.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you'd have to, when you say the right meat, it'd be like grass-fed beef and that sort of shit, or what?
Yeah. So even the grass-fed stuff, I think I read where the last 6 months, so grass-fed, it'll cost you extra, $20 a kilo or some of the stuff. But the last 6 months of the animal's life is when they feed the grass, apparently. So that was coming from a butcher. I don't know how true that is. But yeah.
So before that, they're still...
they feed them the grains. The grains might be different. Oh, who knows? That'd be one thing. Actually, I really want to look into that, to be honest, so I can answer that a bit better. But but grass-fed is a little bit better.
Okay. And so what other so how do I differentiate just a normal piece of meat to a good quality piece of meat? Like you're saying he's eating really good, healthy meat if it's a carnivore diet, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, it just depends on where you buy it from.
Is that it?
Yeah. Sometimes you get some good cuts of meat from the butchers in the supermarkets, but if you go to your local butchers, go support your local guys. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Go support the local dudes. They'll tell you straight out if it's a good piece of meat or if it's not.
Yeah.
So
it's important, and if you're taking it serious, or you're going to invest into it, and I want to get into good shape, and whatever my goal might be, right? If I'm going to be taking it serious,
well, it's funny. People think twice about health and fitness.
Yeah.
You sit there and you go, okay, what's gym going to cost you? $30. $30 a week, but you got no issues dropping $150 a week on piss and shit food.
Yeah. Or Uber or whatever.
Do you know what I mean? Or Uber Eats and shit like that. It's just hang on a sec. Where are your priorities?
That's $1 million with the delivery charge.
That's it. It's where your priorities are. And that's another thing that I'll look into as well is how bad do you want it? How much are you willing to change? Because I don't want to work with people that don't want to change, because at the end of the day, you're carrying around my name.
Yeah.
If you say you're doing the Fit Industry Project program and 3 months later you look the same.
Doesn't look good on you.
That doesn't look good on me.
Yeah.
It's like, well, and I'm pretty strict on that. Like, if you're not willing to change, if I don't see a change within the first 4 weeks, see you later. I'm not dealing with it, because that's my name you're carrying around.
Well, it'd take about 90 days to build up sort of a habit of training, right? So, 36, that's 3 months, right? You've got to really...
I give it a good... So my programs, I won't do anything less than 12 weeks.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah.
So that 3 months or that 12 weeks is crucial. So and it's a big build-up phase.
It's always the hardest part too.
Always
is
the
that
hardest.
first 12 weeks, right?
And I can tell from the first 4 weeks if someone's serious or not. So I can tell by their training habits, their eating habits, and I just tell people to just be honest. Like, if you've had a chocolate bar, tell me. I'm not going to get shitty at you, but then at the end of the day, you're sabotaging yourself. and you're wasting your money. You know?
Yeah.
So, and you just got to, if you really want to do it, I can definitely help anyone. So it gets frustrating.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
I've been a PT and a coach for like 12 years.
Yeah, I know.
So I've heard every excuse. I've seen every sort of scenario. I've seen it all. I've just,
Yeah, so it's not like a surprise when someone comes down and says, "Oh, you know what? Just my back's a bit sore today, and might just take today and pick it up tomorrow and that sort of shit." And it's
I've got no issues with people doing that.
Yeah.
I'll schedule a rest day for you. If you pulled up really sore, to the point where you, where you can't move, instead of sitting down doing nothing, I program a walk or go to a pool, something low intensity, all right, to get the blood flowing. But yeah, if you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes and trying to, throw it back in my face sort of thing, done.
No, it's not about that, right? You want to be the best self you can be, right? And if you're serious about that, well, you're going to take the professional advice and be serious about that too, right? That's why it's a program. That's why it's set up, right?
It's like someone coming to you and then saying I want to buy a house and then they just pull out.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time. But I'm saying that's
but you hear it all. You know what I mean? You hear it all. I mean, Demi just the other day went to organise an appointment with someone. He gets to the property. The guy's not there. Then he's like texting the guy. He goes, "Where are you?" I'm at the front. He goes, "No, I'm at the front. What are you talking about?" And then like half an hour later, the guy's still not there. He's like trying to give him a call. He's not answering his phone, and he's like, "Oh yeah, here's my phone. Here's my phone number. Give me a call real quick." He calls him. He doesn't answer, and then just doesn't rock up. But that's what some people are like. It's just people don't understand the shit you have to go through to try and get that one deal across the line, right? And it's the same with your body. You don't realize how much shit you have to go through to achieve your goal with your body, right? It's not like an easy process. Otherwise, everyone would be
fixes. There's no quick fixes.
Yeah.
You got these 28-day challenges, 8-week challenges, 12-week challenges, new body in this or 7-day abs.
Yeah,
I've seen that. You are in the shape you are because it's taken X amount of time to get there. There is no way your body is going to change the way you want it to change.
Like astronomically overnight.
Yeah, you cannot go from being sedentary and your habits at the moment to looking like a bodybuilder in 12 weeks. Yeah, you can get some shape and lose some weight. That's a 12-month to 18-month project.
Yeah, man.
So
I think it comes down to people sort of having that sense of entitlement, like I want it, so it's just going to sort of happen, but not willing to put in the work, which doesn't happen with anything in life, man. I've never seen success come easy. And
no way.
Without work and effort. You know what I mean?
You can tell when you put someone through a training program or anything like that, you can tell what their character's like. Straight away. As soon as you put someone through anything physical, you can see, are they going to crumble or are they not? And it doesn't, if they crumble, so what? Then I can sit there and go, okay, well, that was a bit hard for you. Let's knock it back a bit. Let's try and go, okay, well, let's maybe do, instead of 5 rounds of whatever it is, might do 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Again, it comes back down to I can customize it for anyone in any sort of scenario.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is,
It makes you think, right? Because like growing up, we've always sort of worked hard in everything we've done, right? And we'll bring it back to fitness and soccer. And you said earlier that I was lazy. You weren't always the fittest guy. Yeah. I was pretty much
the fittest.
Yeah, I was pretty fit. So, what I'm saying, when I was doing those runs and those beach runs and Murray Alters and all that shit, and I'd win them, I was still just as fucked as everyone else. Right, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I was still breathing through my ass. The difference was, and it always happened. There's always someone like you're running at the front of the pack. There's 2 or 3 or 4 of you, depending, right? There's always a few fit guys. You get to a point where you see yourself and you see everyone else struggling, right? It's that point where you just decide, nah, I'm going to keep pushing at that very instant when you're right next to that other guy and you give it that little bit extra and they've decided, I'm going to step off a little bit. Right, and that's the only difference between that winning and losing. And it might even be 100 meters from the finish. Right,
not everyone's got that though. Not everyone's got that drive. And then that's another beauty about doing a fitness program or a health program is you learn a lot about yourself. Like you need to commit to something. If you can't commit to something, that sort of a physical demand on you, it teaches you things about yourself.
Yeah.
Week 1, you might, I'll do a test week for people, and everyone goes, "Oh shit, test week." Oh, they start stressing. So no, don't stress. just do the best you can.
Sure.
The result is the result. At the end, you're going to see how far you've come.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, again, it's incremental, you know, and then you're going to build and you're going to learn so much about yourself through the 12 weeks where, you know, just say we do a 5K run. I'm not saying that we do 5K runs, but just say it takes you half an hour and then you're pretty disappointed. You come back 12 weeks later and you do it in 25 minutes.
Win.
Yeah. It's a small win, but it's a win.
That's 5 minutes, bro.
It's 5 minutes, but I'm just saying it's a, you know, it's just a, I'll just use that example.
No, yeah, of course.
But those little wins are going to give you confidence, you know, and that's why when a lot of people do these challenges, after the challenge, they're like, what the fuck do I do now?
100%.
And it's like, well, that's when they drop back off the train. That's why, you know, when I do the 12 weeks, it builds up. And it builds up to another 12 weeks and another 12 weeks and another 12 weeks, you know. So I think the 90-day blocks are good. You know, you set little goals to that big goal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I had a guy when I was training at Fitness First, he was about 170 kilos.
Yeah.
And over a 3-year period or 2-year period, incrementally, we lost weight.
I think that's amazing, right? Because with anything to be successful, you've got your big goal. You've got to set those little day-to-day goals, those little day-to-day wins, whatever it may be, right? And that's what sucks sometimes. People get caught up in their own judgment of themselves, right? Like they're not, you know, the self-judgment they've
always
been
yourself.
taught.
It's no one else. It's no one else.
Well,
it's always
you set
yourself.
your own ceiling. You set your own ceiling. No one else sets it. You might have outside factors. You might have a shit upbringing. You might have gone through whatever, right? At the end of the day, everyone makes their own choices now, right? You can either learn from those experiences or you can fold to those experiences, right? So if you're someone who has a great goal, I want to lose 10 kilos in 90 days or whatever it might be, right? That's fantastic, right? And you'll help them sort of the best you can to achieve that, right? But what's most important is every day when you're doing this program
That's
to set
what I get a
yourself
kick
that
out
goal.
of. That's what I get a kick out of. When so with the app that I use, I get people to log their results from their workouts just so I can track it and so that I can keep them accountable. So when I don't get a result, I'll flick a text through going,
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on here? What's happened? You know, talk to me. Tell me what happened. And you're almost a psychologist at the same time. But that's what people want. And that's what people need. You know. So, but when I get the results through, I write back straight away, and I'm like, mate, you smashed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get through that. So no. 2 weeks ago, you were doing nothing. You've done 14 sessions in a row.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, how can you not? That's a win.
It's so true because it's like. The fact that...
That's what I get excited at. That's what I get excited. I love that. You know, I've got one guy now, Chris. He messaged me every day, almost every day. Or if he even on his rest days, on his he did a ride and a walk, and he sends me his Strava. Same with another guy, Nick. I get him. I'm like, I love that shit. I love it. You know, I don't obviously you do everything for money and to build wealth and that sort of stuff, but I get more of a kick out of that. I love that.
I find if you love doing that, the rest of the shit comes. It's not even something you're concerned about, right? Because end of the day, you're wanting to help people with what you're doing.
That's why I started the fitness, man. I love it, man.
Yeah. Well, you've always been around it, man. You've always been doing it, that sort of thing too, right?
Always.
But it's like, for me, like if I relate it all back to myself, waking up in the morning when it's early and it's cold and you don't want to wake up and you force yourself to get out of bed and get to the gym, to me is the best way to start the day because you've already overcome bullshit for the day. Like you've already overcome your own mindset that you're talking shit to yourself, that weak frame of mind that you might be in because you're just woken up and you might not have had a good sleep or the kids woke up and you're like up and down all night, whatever. But it's those days that the difference happens, right? It's those days where you push yourself on the days that you don't want to, that makes the difference and it helps you achieve your goal. Definitely. And then once you do it, once you're there and you're busting out the reps and whatever you might be doing, you're like, fuck, thank God I got up this morning and did this. I feel great now. You know what I mean?
It's that same cycle that you wait and you're, oh, shit.
Yeah,
I bet Karma goes, fuck.
Yeah.
5 a.m.
Yeah. Some days it's tough, right?
Yeah.
But if you start the day overcoming, an objection, the rest of your day is gonna, roll like that. And you're gonna in any job, in any industry, especially these industries that you're focusing on, you cop shit all the time, every day of the week. It doesn't matter, all different shades of it, right?
It helps. The training helps.
It helps with
People
everything.
don't understand.
Because it's just like, oh, all right, well, that's a shit thing that happened to me today. So what? Let's move on. And you get straight back into it, right? Because it's just a part of life. Everyone faces adversity. Everyone has shit that happens to them all the time. And no one gives a shit about your problems.
Nah, they don't.
At all.
They don't.
0% of caring towards your problems, right? So
The world's against you.
yeah, so you can just scrap that part of your mind right now and it comes back to you. And like I said earlier, you limit your ceiling. Like you go as far as you want to go with whatever you want to do. You can't blame you or you can't blame the wall or whatever it might be. It's up to you to do those things, right?
Definitely.
So, and if you're serious about it and you're dedicated, it's always going to be tough, man, right? But you've got to work, man.
Nothing worth having comes easy.
Well, success and easy don't go in the same sense. I've never heard it. I've never seen a multimillionaire say, hey, man, it was just handed to me. I mean, maybe 0.1% have like the wealth hand, but that's 0.1%. You can't.
You still got to do something with it, though.
There's only 1.9%.
You still got to do something with it.
Well, you still got to.
Look what Donald Trump did.
Well, that guy there, he's amazing. You know, he built.
He's a freak. People sit there and just hammer the shit out of him, but
a couple of years ago,
the guy's a freak, man.
He's a fucking joke, man. The guy is really big on options on property, right? Which I've spoken to you about before, but in a nutshell, just for the listeners, is that pretty much what that is you find sort of a development site. He did it with commercial, so it was a lot bigger scale. So I'll just tell you his example, right? So he puts an offer on to this commercial property, right? And this is a true story. What he did, he gave himself 12 months to get planning approval, development approval, that sort of thing, due diligence on the project, right? In that 12 months, he obviously got plans done for the whole development, right? He was still subject to that, so it's still like an option on the property. If I can do this, then we'll make it work. If not, then I'm out the deal. So he's protected himself, right?
He's smart.
Yeah, of course. So what he did is in that 12-month period, found a buyer for it, and he never settled on the property, so he never had any expenses. He ended up making $38 million from that deal.
Fucking hell.
$38 million from one deal, right? And he never owned the property, never touched it. All he did was do planning on it for a development, right? Which is coming more and more common these days. A lot more people have caught on to it with options on property with developments here and that sort of thing. It's a good way, if you can work it, that you can make some really good money in a short period of time, right? You know, I've seen people make 100 grand in 2 days from it by having a buyer ready, just saying, hey, listen, here's a corner block. You can put 10 townhouses on it. The only one who wants 500, the due diligence stacks up to this. I'll clip on 100K on top. There's the difference. I don't even touch that. I don't settle on it.
Funny it was that easy.
Here you go, Mr. Developer.
Funny it was that easy.
It's about finding the site, really, right? But it's just a way of doing it. That's how he did it. You know what I mean? So going from like bankrupt, right, which is bullshit, to just $38 million in a deal. I mean, come on, man. So there's always ways to do things if you want to do it, right? So all right, so I'll contact you. We do like a form. We fill that out, right? And then so what happens after that with us?
So I'll get on the phone pretty much as soon as I can, because I mean, if you're, especially with the fitness and health stuff, if you're willing to go and ready to go, I need to get on the phone and speak to you and see where you're at. So after that, after the good chat, I can sort of see where you're at and where you want to be. I'll give you the test week. So I've got 3 levels of the test week. I've got a beginner, an intermediate, and the advanced. Okay, so depending on where you are at, most people are around the beginner level, which is fine because it's things that you can build up to.
Of course.
So I've had one guy start at the beginner and within 12 weeks he's gone up to the advanced stuff.
Really?
Yeah, within 12 weeks.
So he skipped the intermediate, or he did it during that 12-week period?
Yeah, and because when I was logging his results, I was going, shit, this guy's a freak. Yeah. I was like, mate, have a guess what you're doing.
Yeah.
And he got a little bit scared. He was like, I was like, you'll be fine, man. You'll be fine. So, after test week, I can sort of see and start plotting things and I can go, okay, cool. So you say you struggle with a run. So, do you like running? Yes or no? No? Okay, we're still going to do running. I'm not going to program as much.
Yeah.
I think everyone needs to run.
Yep.
That's one thing that everyone needs to do. I mean, if you absolutely despise running or you've got bad knees or injuries, then of course we'll substitute it.
Yeah.
But running is definitely one thing that we
100%.
put in there.
Help you shred.
Oh, man.
Drop it off. So much
running's
quicker.
so good.
Yeah.
Running's so good.
You set your metabolism, everything just picks up. Like if you're going to be doing all this with the nutrition side as well,
definitely.
It all goes part and parcel with it all, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's it. And then, again, I'll look at your nutrition as well and your sleep hygiene. And we do incremental changes. We don't do massive change. The only massive change that you do is the training because you haven't done it before. people look forward to doing the training.
Well, you might be
Training's
doing
alright.
some, but this is a different way of
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it.
Or
as
if
well,
yeah,
right?
see, I've had some people come from gyms and they're like, you know, can I still go to the gym and do this? So yeah, of course you can. You know, I can program for whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, unless it's a professional sport.
That's completely different.
That's
Obviously.
completely different. I can program for professional sports
100%
and
you
stuff
can.
like that.
Yeah.
But my target market's the finance and the property industry because I think they're the ones that need the most help.
100%. 100%.
Like, yeah, you just sit there and you're just like, man,
Especially with how the markets have been lately and how tough it's
Stress,
a grind has
man.
been to everyone.
Stress.
And just mental health and everything these days, which is a big issue, which
God.
thank God isn't as taboo to talk about anymore. And there's a lot more awareness going towards it, which is
Plenty.
needed.
yeah, it definitely it's one of those. Yeah, it used to be a touchy subject, but I think the more you speak about it, the better understanding you get of it, and the better understanding you get of people as well. And being active helps heaps. Again, going back to fitness first days, I had a client. This kid's dad came to me and goes, "My son plays video games 10 hours a day. He needs to get out and train." So I used to train him 3 days a week, and his confidence levels went up. He pretty much was depressed,
Yeah.
but it wasn't back then. It was like 10 years ago, so it wasn't clinical depression. And he was on some meds.
Yeah.
Eventually got off the meds because he started to go out and do things, you know. So, which is a little success story for me, which is good.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes those meds, like, are a lot worse than, like,
I'm no doctor, but I just think sometimes we're just too quick to, here's a pill.
yeah,
Here's a pill.
it's no good.
Here's a pill.
They haven't tried everything.
Try the holistic way first.
don't-
You definitely, I think there's a massive place for Western medicine, you know, a combination of Western and holistic or Eastern medicine. A good combination is good. If it's a severe case and they actually need it, you know, then obviously do it. But if you can wean off the meds and, you know, train and it comes back there again, it just comes back down to nutrition and sleep. You know, everyone that is depressed doesn't eat well.
Yeah.
They eat like shit.
Yeah.
Like all it is sugar and sugar and sugar
Yeah.
and sugar and shit food, you know.
It's comfort eating, that sort of
yeah,
thing.
it is.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
It is.
Yeah.
And they don't sleep well. You know, they don't, you know, meditation's one thing that definitely helps. But it's very
100%.
it's hard to do, man.
Yeah.
Like you sit there and you're like, well, what do I think about?
Yeah, for like 20 minutes.
So-
Yeah.
And again, people think, oh, meditation, you need to be like a monk. Meditation's not that. You can go and sit at a beach and just sit at a beach. Go just earth out and just chill out.
That's it. Just
Go
turn your
find
mind
your
off.
happy spot outside. Don't do it indoors. Go outside, find a spot, sit and just breathe, man.
Yeah,
You do
and that's the thing. That's the key. The key to meditation is the breathing part of it, right? Because it's like even when you get in the car in the morning, right? If you get in the car and you're a bit frantic or you're running late or whatever it may be, like, fuck, I've got a big day ahead of me or whatever it may be, when you close that door, just sit in your seat for a second, have a few deep
Chill.
breaths, right? And then start your day,
Yeah,
right?
I used to be like aggro all the time,
Yeah.
just running around. It's just like, man, fuck, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So now I'm always full of beans anyway.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, okay, chill out,
Yeah.
breathe,
Yeah.
suss out the situation, and
Yeah.
then, you know.
No, that's it. So meditation is can be a big part of it too, especially for the mindset side of things, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's people out there that have that little bit of, you know, that cloud or that bit of earning, or there's something inside of them that they're not happy about,
Speak about it,
speak about it.
write it down, do something.
Go for a run, do something physical,
yeah.
right? Test yourself a little bit, right? And you'll find that once you start doing that sort of stuff, like, it eases that pressure a bit. You got to find yourself an outlet, and it might not be the gym. It might be jiu-jitsu, or it might be whatever it might be. You might like to cook or
Jiu-jitsu,
something.
if you really, really want to learn about yourself, if you really want to get humbled, that is one sport or one sport you need to do.
Martial art. Yeah.
Humble, it will humble you. It will just, you go in there. I mean, I went in there with an open mind. I knew I was going to get armbarred.
Yeah. Didn't you train with Khan for a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
armbarred
armbar him or you destroyed him? Huh?
Nah.
He reckons he's pretty good.
Yeah,
On the
yeah,
mat, this bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take him. We'll see what happens in the car park though. It's all good on the mat with a gi. But yeah, I mean, number one, you know, you've got people this far away from you. Like, You know, you got people rolling on you, sweating,
putting the whole body weight on your sternum.
Man. Like
stuff,
it teaches you to calm down. If you got someone on you and you're just trying to fight them off and you can't get them off, you lose your cool, you lose energy, and it just teaches you just to chill the fuck out, man. Just and be patient with yourself. That's one thing if people want to do that, I'll definitely program that in there. I don't actually program the jiu-jitsu. I tell them to go to a jiu-jitsu place.
Yeah.
Or boxing or kickboxing, something where you can just release that anger. It's the best, man. Doesn't matter if it's jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, whatever it is.
Some sort of outlet.
Just something. If it's a walk,
it could even be like Bikram yoga or whatever.
Whatever it is, as long as it's not on one of these things where you're just like that the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, now day and age, these things here, they're glued to us. So
of course, we're all cyborgs now. Really, we're extension.
Why don't we just use them to our advantage?
Yeah. Part man, part machine. Yeah.
It's the way it is now.
Well, that's why you got an app.
That's why I got the app.
Yeah.
That's it. And the app's so easy to use, man.
Yeah.
So it's not my personal app, but
no, absolutely. But you track everything day to day through the app. So you're essentially
all the training.
Yeah.
All the training.
Yeah.
So and with the food, I'll every 2 or 3 days or once a week I schedule a phone call. I have to speak to the person once a week, whether and I'll just try and work around them. So if they schedule 9 a.m. Monday morning, have a guess what? We're on the phone 9 a.m. Monday morning, and I'll chat more. The training wise, I can sort of chat through the app or via text. Is more okay. How's work? How's sleep? How's food? What do you like? What don't you like? And we're always changing. So if
a journey, right? It's
that's
a journey. Everyone's got a different journey, but you're part of that journey now, right?
Well, that's it. And I want to try and help people as much as I can.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for them.
Yeah.
I'm guiding them.
Yeah.
So
well, you can't do it. That's the only thing you can't do for them. You give them everything else, all the tools, all the strategies, all the awareness, whatever it might be, but it's up to them to do the final part, which is obviously the workout, right? And
the food. The food and the sleep are the two things that people struggle with the most.
It'd be hard, man, right? Because, especially...
And you can't change it. Again, you've been doing this for so long, you can't change that in 12 weeks. You can build up to a good routine and a good habit to help you, in that time after. But you just can't go cold turkey unless you're one of those people that can go, do you know what, fuck this, boom, cold turkey, let's do it. Not many people like that, mind you.
Yeah.
Again, incremental. It's all incremental stuff,
Because you've got your comfort zone, right? And I guess people are in their comfort zone already and you're sort of taking them out of their comfort zone a little bit, right? Day by day, which for them equals growth, right? But at the start...
You learn about yourself.
Yeah, at the start when it's all that mental talk, that's excuses at the start, which is probably, what's stopping people from taking it to that next level, right? That's the first thing to sort of overcome. And once you overcome it, you feel great.
You do. But that extra rep or that extra 100 meters or that extra whatever is building a solid block so you can transfer that into life. So if you're sitting there, you're doing some paperwork for your contract, you're like, I can't be fucked doing this. Now, do you know what? Let's finish it. Let's get it done so it's ready. That's you got to sort of bridge that gap between the training, the nutrition discipline into work. And that's why I sort of see what people's work styles are like. Because then if I know what their work style is like, I can work out again what their training's like. If they work solid, everyone says they work 12 hours a day. No one works 12 hours a day, full on. Yeah. But if I sit there and go, okay, well, if you sporadically work, I can sit there and go, okay, cool. So I can't give them 60-minute sessions because they'll get to 30 minutes. I'll be like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I try and figure out as much as I can without getting too personal.
That's so good though.
You have to though. You have to. That's. By being online, I'll have to know. So then I don't sit there and go, okay, well, here you go. Here's 5 sessions a week, 60 minutes. I'll throw in some hard sessions again to test you to see where you're at. But I need to be just as adaptable as my clients. Because if I can't adapt to them, then it's not custom. It's not to them. Everyone is different.
Of course.
Everyone is different.
Everyone's got different body types, different
body types.
Digestive, whatever.
You might have kids. Someone else doesn't have kids. Someone might like a drink on a Friday night. So I don't really condone it, but
not in the program. No.
Do you know what? If somebody has a glass of wine, or if they want to go, I'll put it in there. But the next day, you better train your ass off. Yeah. And again, moderation is another thing as well. If you like to have,
it's not bad in moderation.
Again, I'm not going to be one of those sticklers and say, if you're a pisshead and you're drinking a shitload of beer and you want to do my program, then you will cut the beer. You will.
What about in Germany? Right, we're playing over there. You want to talk about beer?
Yeah.
Right, we're playing soccer in Germany. After every bloody game, remember, the best player would get a boot, probably the size
boot
of
of
this
beer, yeah.
size, that 2 litre boot of whatever it might be.
Carbs.
Whoever the best player is has to play skull.
What do we do here, man? So after we played, what did we do? We used to hit the piss and we'd go out clubbing to all hours of the morning. What recovery? There was no recovery.
Nah.
Yeah.
But then apparently, like having beer after a game is actually help settle your stomach, right? The fizziness of the beer can actually help it.
But then
right?
there's inflammation and all that stuff.
That comes from it.
Then
Right?
you got those reports.
I think it's just an excuse from the Germans just to drink.
Well, you see it on the
Beer.
news. Oh, if you drink beer, you can lose weight. Maybe 1 beer a week.
Yeah. Not
you
a
know?
carton. Yeah.
Not a carton.
Yeah.
Like, you know, oh, look, these pills work.
Yeah.
Or, it's just there.
No, it's just
There's so much bullshit out there.
well, it's called like the get rich quick, the get fit quick, whatever, anything quick. You know what I mean? Because
The only thing that happens is you get fat quick and you get depressed quick.
and poor.
And poor quick,
Get poor quick,
you know.
right?
And
So let's talk about some like success. So you've been doing this for like 12 years, right?
so the Fit Industry Project's only
Very that's
new.
recent.
Very recent, yeah.
Yeah, but you've had some like good success stories over the period of time of training people.
yeah.
So what's like a great story? Like, you've taken someone and you've achieved their big goal.
So
and
the depressed kid.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm not going to name.
No, that's
names.
fine, yeah.
But yeah, like he was one thing. Like he was really tough to train.
Yeah.
Like he would not say a word. Like he'd get dropped off, and then I'd be like, "Hey, mate," he's like, "Hey,"
Yeah.
and that's it.
That's it.
And it's just like, wow, shit, this is going to be tough.
In a dark place. Yeah.
So I started to open him up a little bit about his games and go, oh, what do you play? And then I'd go do some research on the characters and go, okay, if you want to act like that or look like that, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
So you got to sort of deep dive and try and find something that you can relate to them, so you can break down those walls.
Yeah.
And after I started to do that, he started to open up a lot more.
Yeah.
And then I had a guy who was about 170 kilos, I think it was, and over a 2.5-3 year period, we got down to about 98 kilos.
What?
Yeah. Yep. He was consistent, and that's the biggest thing out of all of this is consistency. If you are not consistent, again, those 2-week challenges, 12-week challenges, this and that. If you're not consistent, forget it.
Yeah.
And again, that's why I do the 12 weeks is because then I can see how consistent you are, and then the next 12 weeks we build more consistency and more consistency and more consistency.
Dude, that is crazy. 170
Yeah,
down
he
to
was
the 90s.
he was huge. He was huge.
So what was his lifestyle like before he came to you?
I think he came from a bigger family.
Okay, yeah.
So,
So he'd been like raised around like unhealthy eating and that sort of thing?
I don't think it was unhealthy, just lots of food.
Just
yeah,
heaps.
yeah. So he was a member. I don't know if I can say it.
No,
but
that's right.
yeah, of a particular family overseas,
Sure.
and they were royals. So he was part of a royal family somewhere along the line in Southeast Asia somewhere.
Yeah.
So nicest bloke ever, loveliest dude, and he trained his ass off. Like I'd put him through the ringer with some workouts, and I just told him, I said, if you want to do this, it's not going to be slow. It's not going to be quick, and it's not going to be a biggest loser scenario where you're going to lose 10 kilos a week because that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
Even though you've had the fat mass to lose, we're going to do this consistently, and we're going to work on it, and unreal.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You find when people's goal are to sort of lose fat and weight, once they start training, those first few weeks, they drop off heaps, right? It's after that period where it becomes a lot harder because your body's obviously changing to your nutrition and your workouts and whatever it might be, that it becomes really tough to stay disciplined in it, right?
I tell a lot of people getting there is the easy part. It's maintaining it is the hard part.
Yeah.
Because you get to your goal and then you're like, fuck, I'm here. What now? And then some people fall off the bandwagon or they find something else to do. Okay, well, I've got to the body weight that I want to do. I've got here because I wanted to do a triathlon or something, just something like that. Or I want to, I don't know, whatever the next goal is, or if there's something that you really want to do. And that's another thing that I'll try and find out is, what do you really want to do? What is behind you losing weight? Or you wanting to get strong? What is it that you're wanting to do after?
Sure.
Because it's not only that goal that I'm looking at after as well. And I use that and go, well, if that's your second goal, your main goal, the first goal, say you want to lose 10 kilos, cool. After that, what's next?
Yeah.
I want to go and play soccer again. Cool. All right. So then I can sit there and I can start working those soccer drills or things specific to what you want to do.
Sure.
And then it's going to keep you more engaged, because then that's your next goal that you're at. You're going to lose that 10 kilos. So we just keep building.
It's just like establishing a sort of routine for each person and staying
and a
disciplined.
Relationship. And that's the thing. Like, I want to stay friends with all these people as well.
Yeah. Well, you're a big part of their life. I mean, if you're turning people's life around, or even just helping them live a better life, well, that's an amazing thing to do. Especially if your target market is obviously like the professionals, like professional industry, right?
It's hard market.
Shit is overwhelming, man. But at the same time, it's definitely needed, right? Because with everything from the mental side to the physical side, it is tough and it can be overwhelming. And you need that escape, you need that outlet, you need that train. And what people sort of don't understand is like, I don't have time to train.
Bullshit.
You're going to have better business because you are training. You're going to be more productive because you are training. Because if you're working, a 10-hour day, right? There'll be a few hours in that day you're doing gutsies. You're doing nothing, right?
You're sitting on this thing here.
Yeah.
You're scrolling and you're looking at what you want to look like and you want to do.
Yeah.
And instead of actually doing it, you're wasting your time.
Yeah. Well, you don't get abs by watching someone do a sit-up.
No. and I'll just sit there and you can tell with some people, it's like, man, come on, man. I just feel like getting some people and just slapping them out of it, but you can't.
No, of course
you
not.
can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped.
No.
I get inquiries all the time.
Yeah.
Heaps. And I knock a lot of people back because I know I can just feel it, and I know by the tone of their voice, So I'll knock back.
They're going to be dedicated to it.
Yeah. And I'll do a little bit of investigation work on them. I ask certain questions. And if I get a certain answer, I know, okay, all right, well, if you're serious about it, if you really want to do it, this is it. This is what I do. This is the price. This is how long you're going to do it for. It's up to you whether you want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and do the hard sell, try and hard sell you.
And that's the thing. And then the good thing is for you is that those ones that take it serious, like Chris and Johnny and that sort of thing.
And
too.
Nick and that,
and Nick and all of them. There's a list of them, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the ones we've talked about today. That's like for you is what's rewarding because, they're actually taking it on board. They're doing things the right way. You see their life changing for the better, right? And they're achieving their goal step by step, right? And that's what it all comes down to, right?
And that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And when, like I was saying, it goes back to the PD days. When I walk into rooms, I want to go into some rooms and go, I've helped him, I've helped her, I've helped him, I've helped her. And that's where I get my kick from, man.
Yeah.
And
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. You've always been in it. I mean, you've always done other things, but you've always been like
fitness
PT
is my
and
passion.
fitness.
It's my go-to.
Martial arts, whatever it might be.
Yeah,
You know
a bit
what I
of
mean?
kickboxing, boxing here and there.
Street fights was where you really learnt your martial arts skills, right, when we were younger. No.
Oh, I wouldn't call that martial arts. It's called stupidity.
Yeah. Well,
Conditioning.
Yeah. Preparation. I know. So, all right. So it all runs through this app, but everyone's still got personal contact with you. So you're still managing them each day.
I've also got a closed group for clients on Facebook as well.
Nice.
So
it's like.
So with the closed group, I want people to be accountable to the group as well. So if you've just done, again, we'll go back to the 5K run. If you've just, if you've done it in 27 minutes, post it and get some love from the group, man. And you build networks. It's not only about getting that hit of dopamine and that sort of stuff. I want to build a network as well.
Yeah.
So just say, for example, I've got a broker and then we've got a real estate agent there, and then the broker's got a client that wants to buy something from them. But there you go. Network.
No, it's a professional network, man. It's still business to business.
And eventually when I start to build a solid client base, I want to go to Sydney and I want to go or to Melbourne or to wherever and go, guys, I'm coming to Sydney. Let's organise a big catch up and let's train together. How cool is that going to be? You know, I get to meet everyone. I get to train with everyone. You know, that's the goal. That's the goal as well, to build another network of people that are, you know, wanting to change their lives, and then they can change other people's lives as well.
Well, I think that's the best thing about you being so successful through the app platform is that it doesn't matter like where people are.
No.
Like you're not just restricted to Adelaide. You know what I mean? You can
I'm going Australia wide.
You are Australia wide, yeah.
And then I want to hit overseas as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what country you're from.
It's irrelevant,
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of the technology that's being created for it. You know what I mean? And it's something you can do.
Myself, I get coached from someone because I'm in the same boat as the people in finance.
Yeah.
I've got a guy that does my meal plans.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want to think about it. I don't want to know. I just want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Because I sit there, I can program myself. I can.
Of course you could.
Yeah, I can do it, but I'm just like, you know what?
It's good having that other person to have that support and outlet and that sort of
That's
thing.
exactly what I'm doing for other people. These people are doing for me. So I get my programming done. So I sit there and I get it, and I'm like, cool, done. I know what I need to do. That's going to take me 90 minutes to get through. You know, I know what food I need to get, and then I'm accountable to other people. But by me being accountable to other people, it helps me, and then I can build myself up. So then I can be that person for other people as well. You know.
Yeah. So there's people that obviously you're targeting that are professionals that aren't doing anything, right? Is there room for people who are training, like say for myself, I train every day in the gym.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, I get questions about people wanting to, change or so if they're doing a bodybuilding program, you know, it gets boring. There's only so many bicep curls you can do.
Yeah.
I can definitely, you tell me what gym you're at and you tell me what equipment you got, I can program for anything.
That's right.
Absolutely anything.
Okay.
So you got one dumbbell,
Yeah.
I can program for you with that one dumbbell.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You got a 10 kilo dumbbell, you got a 5 kilo dumbbell, get ready, I can program for it. Anything you've got.
It's good.
So-
We're building a gym at the back.
Cool.
Yeah, we're with the carport.
Yeah.
We're shut it off, and this Friday we're going to be finishing it off, right? So we're going to have a gym at the office here too, which is killer.
Might have to do some...
Use it anytime, brother.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I mean?
go.
Driving around, come use it, no problem.
Cool.
If clients need extra space,
bar on demand.
yeah, the back office
There
there,
you
no
go.
worries. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we're doing that too because I understand the
very
importance
important.
of bloody oath, and I want everyone here training, healthy, being a part of it because it's going to improve their life, right?
That's one thing. I'll tell you what another goal of mine as well with the Fitness project in a sec. Keep
Talk
going.
to me. Yeah. Go.
So ideally, what I want to do is I want to go to Varas or Uray Whites and stuff like that and go, let's get some training for you guys. You know what I mean? Get a bit of a good group dynamic. You see some places do it where they'll go to a certain place and then you've got a trainer that doesn't give a shit. But I want to do like an online gym for people. So we use this for example. You got a gym here or you've got access to a gym. These are 3 workouts to do with everyone together. You build camaraderie.
100%.
You get people fit, you get people strong, and then again, it's going to kick off, and then everyone's got another thing to talk about instead of the Friday piss-ups.
Well, it's good for
You know
those
what I mean?
people, like, especially if you're the director of the company, you see your staff, like for them to have that teamwork, but to also do it together and egg each other on. And like for some people, that's all they will need because if it's left to them by themselves, they won't do it, right? But having like their friends from work and, you know, them doing it together is going to push them to do it. And it's like, if I've got to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning, well, I know George is going to be there at 6. I'm not going to not go. You know what I mean? And I want to encourage him too. You know what I mean? So
ideally, I want to hit up big places, big corps and go, salary, I'm just using an example, salary sacrifice $15 a week from each person.
Yeah.
And I'll have a program for everyone to do.
Yeah.
If they've got a virtual gym, this and that, that's where I want to go down as well.
That's
It's
awesome.
like a subscription sort of program eventually. But I just, that's an end sort of goal. But I want to help people one-on-one first. Like,
I love that. I love that because it's like, it's the people that have already learned that how obviously the importance of the training and how much it affects productivity throughout the day. Murray actually had a client because Murray trains people too, right? He had a client who owns like a big warehouse up north, and he actually built a gym in his warehouse.
So important.
He's got like 50 employees working in the warehouse for them to actually do and customize a training to them for every.
Well, look at all the big successful guys. Gary Vee, he trains. Ryan Serhant gets up at
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Like all these guys train
All of them.
and do what I'm trying to
Implement.
pass on to everyone and implement in their daily life. If they've got time, to do it. Grant Cardone, all these big people, if they've got time to do it,
multi-millionaires, yeah.
you know, George Dimopoulos from Adelaide can do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, it's
just why they're able to do it is they're not making the excuses, right? Because obviously they're successful already and they know the excuses don't
you're
fly.
telling me, what's his name? Tony Robbins, if he wasn't fit and didn't eat well, do you think he'd have that much energy on stage?
How could you?
No way.
How could you?
Absolutely not.
Right?
Absolutely not.
The amount of shit that gets thrown onto that guy and that sort of energy that he has to.
You've got to be special people to be like that kind of
He's
person.
one of a kind, let's not be wrong. He's been doing it forever.
But there's a lot of people like that, you know. But if you can take snippets out of what they do, you know, you don't have to sit there and.
Well, it's not even taking snippets. You like the more you pay attention to successful people, the more you see the same trend, right?
Well,
which is
if you surround
training.
with ducks, you're going to be a duck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's it. And that's the thing. You want to be someone who's flying, soaring with the eagles, not playing on the ground with the chickens, right? Which I say all the time, right? Because then you look down at the chickens like, see you later, right? Because most people are the chickens, right? To soar like an eagle is a hard thing to do, right?
People are scared of what other people think of them.
And that's what people have to let go is that judgment. And it might be your mum, it might be your dad, your brother, your sister, your wife, husband,
years
whatever
ago,
it might
mate,
be.
with the old man.
You're a tripper.
Nah, he's all right, old Stevie.
Stevie's good, mate.
He's a lad.
But that's what I'm saying. It might be someone who's very, very close to you, who's that restricting factor. And you've got to get to that point
You got to
where
face
it's like,
it. You got to face it.
You have to. It's not
Otherwise,
like
they're going to hold you back.
you don't have to be disrespectful about it. It's just like having that awareness that, okay, I'm going to listen to what they say. I'm not going to take it on board. I'm going to be respectful, say, yes, thank you. Yep, love you, no worries. Right.
How many times have you told me stuff? I don't listen to you. I'm joking.
Standard, right? That's my life. No, but that's the thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, like I said, people limit their own ceiling. They go as far as they want. And no one outside of you, right? They can't. No one's ever walked.
If you're not willing to change, you're not going to do anything.
Why am I going to listen to hate from C22 online because they think they know me and they pass in judgment? Like, firstly, who are you to judge? Because you haven't never walked in my shoes, you never lived my life, you don't know what I've been through, right? And I'm never going to pass judgment onto you. Once you let go of the whole judgment thing, the whole perspective on life is completely different.
That's what all these successful people say. They all started like everyone else does. You know, if you're not willing to, hustle to an extent, you got to hustle all the time. But I mean, if you're not willing to put yourself out there or willing to get out of your comfort zone, you're just going to be the same. Yeah. You're going to be that same duck walking the same road every day for the rest of your life.
And that's it.
I don't want to do that.
No way. We're going to get one life, mate. One chance.
I want to be, I want, if I die tomorrow, I can say I lived a good life, man, because I've done some cool shit, man.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to keep doing it though.
Well, you still got goals you want to achieve. You've got things you want to, do in your life and build up to. And that's the other thing. Then that's when it comes down to patience, right? Because
no one's got it.
There's no. Well,
Again,
it's definitely getting
these things here.
It's getting worse.
I want to eat. Uber Eats 10 minutes. I've got food at my door.
I know, and it's like they complain if it's 5 minutes late and they're losing their shit. But it's like
it's me.
No, but it's like patience is one of the most important things for success, right? Because it's never built overnight.
Consistency and pace, mate. Consistency is the key.
I mean, even someone successful who's local, like Riderwear with all the gym equipment. And
How good! I love it. I love seeing local people. I guess we got a bit of tall poppy syndrome here where, some people are like, oh my God, look at that.
Yeah.
Stop being a fuckwit.
Yeah, stop being a hater.
The guy's busted his ass.
Yeah.
I'm just saying with everyone else. Everyone's got to where they've got because they've deserved it. If you're not successful, that's your fault. He's, what are they worth? 40 million, 50 million, 100 million?
Taking a chance, but I don't even know now, yeah. And it's going up.
Good on him, man.
I
love seeing local people succeed. I love it. I think it's good. If you're a dickhead, you're a dickhead. But I'm just
sometimes they are. But they still got that hustle to them.
That's it. Not saying that.
No, he's
not saying that. I'm just saying. But you got to hustle and grind to get there. Yeah. But we got tall poppy syndrome here. Someone does something good, it's like, yeah. Instead of that, congratulate him, man. Good work. That's killer.
He's been doing it for years. It's not like he just started up and is $100 million worth now. It's like he's been building it up over time. He would have gone through some obstacles.
Take gambles. Yeah, man. You take gambles, you take punts. It's like anything.
If you don't take the risk, you're never going to get the reward. It's about having that belief.
Do you know what is the absolute worst that can happen? You go bankrupt.
You start again.
You start again. Right? So what?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that, I don't really give a shit too much about money. I should though. But see, I care more about health, fitness, family and friends and that sort of stuff. And sit there and it's just like, what's the worst that can happen? All right, if this doesn't work,
Well, it's just
what's the worst? I'll lose more money. Oh, well, I'll get money again.
it'll come again. There's no problem.
You
You always
know?
get more money, right? That's the thing. What you can't live with is regret. Because the regret of not taking that chance, the regret of having that idea and not going for it, right? And that's always been my thing, is have no regrets of what I do.
I don't
right?
regret anything I've ever done.
Is it-
Because at that point in time, whether it's a bad choice or not, you've made a choice, you live with it.
That's it. Right.
If you
And,
fucked up, you
it's,
fucked
and
up.
it does. Sometimes it does, right? But you've learned from it. So the worst case is you had a learning experience for something that you thought was really going to be good.
Keep making the same mistake.
Well, you're not learning,
You're an
right?
idiot.
Yeah, that's where the problem is, right? You're a dickhead. Yeah, but it's exactly that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But having the patience to let it build as well at the same time, right?
And I think a good support network is so important. If you haven't got a family or friends or a partner that's ride or die with you, mate, people say they do it on their own. To an extent, yeah, but you've got to get a leg up somewhere.
Yeah,
You
was
know,
yeah.
Someone's got a mentor. Someone's got a family member that's pushing them. No, keep
You have
going.
to trust someone eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't build $100 million business just by yourself. Like, you got to have people that work for
Yeah,
you that you
man.
trust, and you know, you want to. My thing is, you hire the best people, you pay them what they're worth, and you get the best result. You know, that's why they're the best. You don't go up to someone who's the best at what they do. Like, I'm not going to go up to an architect who's the best architect
Offer them shit.
and say, "Oh, you should do this, this, and that," right? Because
You pay peanuts, you get monkeys, man.
well, you always get what you pay for in life, right? But they're the best for a reason. I'm working with them so I can learn from them.
Yeah.
It's like, essentially, I work for the people who work for me.
Yeah, you got to be a bit open-minded. You can't be tunnel vision, man. As soon as you start, being a bit more open-minded and taking new things on, you start to get more smart. You get smarter. Of
course.
You get more intelligent.
Yeah.
And you just got so much, you get so much a different outlook on everything. That's why, again, training.
It's a big part.
Yeah. Training, man, if you don't train, you're missing out.
Yeah.
I don't like, you don't have to come see me for training. I'm not plugging myself.
No,
all the time.
whatever. No.
Something, you got to do something. You got to do something.
Has to be something for
Yeah,
sure.
it's going to build, like I keep saying, it's going to build that resilience in life, man.
Yeah.
You do a lung busting run
Yeah.
or a gut buster, and then you start transitioning that over to work. You push for that deal. You push hard for something. You're going to get it. Eventually you're going to get it.
That's it. Perseverance is key for everything.
Everything, man. Consistency is key, man.
That's my two favorite P's: perseverance and patience. Right, because that's what success is built upon. Right?
What was that?
Success is built upon.
Sex sells.
Yeah, success. Yeah. Dude, we've been going for a while. So if people want to get in contact with you, G, what's your social media? What's all that?
All right. The Fit Industry Project
that's
is
what it's
on
called, yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, and that's it for now.
And you got a closed group as well. on
I've got a
Facebook
closed group
too.
as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do have a closed group for real estate agents and brokers. Anyone in the finance industry or property industry.
Yeah.
If it's you can either flick me an email, which will have my details on the Fit Industry Project Facebook page.
So I just type in the Fit Industry Project
it'll come up.
into Facebook.
Yep, and you probably see my ugly face on there
Yeah.
somewhere.
You got LinkedIn as well, right?
Yeah, I've got LinkedIn as well.
Well, yeah, professionals are on that too. So.
Professionals are on that, but a lot of professionals don't.
Yeah.
They just have it.
LinkedIn.
And it's just there,
Yeah.
But yeah, shoot me an inbox, man, and we'll have a chat and get you in the group and see what it's about.
Cool.
That's pretty simple.
All right.
Pretty simple.
Georgie, thanks for coming on.
No, thank you,
All
mate.
We'll do this again very soon.
Yeah.
I know it because
I want to see if we can try and get one of my clients to come in as well.
let's do it. Actually, let's do that. So there'll be people on the 12-week program right now. Whenever they finish that first 12,
Yeah.
we'll get them in here and
Definitely.
See the effects of the
We'll
fitness
we'll
project.
roast them.
Yeah. Let's see how much knowledge I've got now afterwards.
He's not going to do another 12 weeks after that.
That's it. This wasn't part of the deal. I just started for a podcast.
No, you
Just
signed
talking
it,
about
mate. You signed it.
All right, brother.
Legend.
Awesome.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for coming in, man.
Done.
All right, next
Good man.
time.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
See you, Carmen.
Bye, Cam.